And you are a detransitioner, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so you're born female.
Yes.
And
And then
then
I took testosterone and then back to female, even though I was born female. But yeah.
And at what age did you start the transition?
It was a few days after my 18th birthday, so 18, I guess, but I was prescribed it as a minor.
Did you take it when you were a minor? Any of the drugs or whatever?
Around my 18th birthday, I mean, if you consider 3 days of being 18 years old an adult, then I guess an adult.
Okay. And when did you stop?
When I was 20, so
about 2 years.
Yeah.
2.5 years?
3-ish.
3-ish years, okay. And were you just taking the hormones, or was there
Just the hormones, no surgeries.
no surgeries or anything like that? Okay. Let's see here. Why don't we get into some of your stuff? So Jade, you said you have a crazy story of dating a criminal / abuser, but your date's
bisexual.
You're what?
/ bisexual.
/ bisexual. Okay. But your dates so far have been respectful.
The most recent one, yes.
Wait, was this the guy who you were dating for 2 years?
The most recent, no.
Who's the criminal abuser? The 2-year guy?
My ex-boyfriend, the only boyfriend I've had, yeah.
So the guy you dated for 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
that
I had a
was
date
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of crime? Like,
I can't say the word on YouTube, apparently.
oh, it was a violent crime?
No.
SA?
Involving not adults.
Okay,
Oh.
That's a yikes. Okay. Let's see. You said you have a bizarre dating story. You dated the bisexual homeless man who ended up being a criminal, and you living a double life with another woman.
Yes.
He ended up owing you $15,000 and going to jail.
Yes.
So we won't talk about the jail part, but we can talk about how did he end up owing you $15,000?
So I met him when he was somewhat homeless. So he was a truck driver that lived out of his truck, and he would guilt me into giving him money. And, I was young. It was my first boyfriend, and that kind of ties into the whole detransition thing. Like, I've never had a boyfriend before. I didn't know how dating worked or boyfriends. So I was just naive and vulnerable, and I just didn't know how it worked. So I believed him. Whenever he needed money, I would give him money. And he ended up switching jobs, so he moved to a different state. And in that state, he somehow got a girlfriend within 2 weeks and moved in with her and was living a double life with her for several months without me knowing.
Word?
But I'm just curious though, if I can kind of follow up here. Why is it that you think he owes you money though?
Because he would lie to me about where the money was going. He had money when he switched jobs, so the girlfriend that he had was providing him money for everything. And he would tell me, I'm on the streets, I'm going to be on the streets, give me money. But really, it was going to the girlfriend and even a car. So...
Did he ever say that he was going to pay you this money back?
Yes.
Was that like an agreement?
Yes.
Okay.
So he would spend the money, first boyfriend, ever. You were giving him money, he would spend it on another woman.
Yes.
It's a cold world we live in.
He would travel with her,
Cold world we live in.
take her on dates. I never got a date.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So he was using you. Wait, was this during Wait.
This
Were
was
you like, had you detransitioned at this point?
when I met him. I detransitioned. So
Like, well, I mean, how soon?
about a month after meeting him.
Okay, so when you guys started the relationship, were you acting as though it was a same-sex relationship?
I mean, yeah, but that's delusional. It was not a same-sex relationship.
Well, I'm not because,
No,
because
yeah,
this is
yeah.
hard, this is really hard to phrase, right? But I think you understand what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about.
understand.
Were you guys acting as though it was though?
He wasn't. He would
He
just,
wasn't?
No, he would just treat me like a woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. If I remember earlier in the conversation, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you said that you didn't actually begin the transition until you were 18, right?
Yeah, around my 18th birthday.
Yeah, and you're only 24, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and you only took hormones, right?
Yes. No surgeries.
Okay. And for how long did that occur?
About 3 years.
3 years, okay. So from 18 to roughly 22?
20.
20,
I stopped.
So 2 years. 2 years.
No, 3. I was turning 21, so.
Okay, gotcha. And you had just turned 18.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. And so, why do you think it's the detransition? Like, I don't even think anybody would ever know that unless you told them, right?
No, it has nothing to do with like the health issues or like the voice. I think it has to do socially. Like when I was detransitioning, my mom and sister were catching me up on little things like don't do your mascara in the car, and I didn't have that. I don't understand. I'm basically a teenage girl right now. I don't understand boys.
What?
I don't understand.
Yeah, but I mean, you
dating.
remained in the gender role of a woman until you were 17 years old. I mean, it's not like the social cues weren't there for you to see for those 17 years, right?
No, so socially, I transitioned when I was 11, and then I took hormones at 18. So socially, I was that way since I was 11. And
Okay, so you lived as a
never-
boy since you were 11?
Yeah.
Okay, now that makes more sense. So,
Boy, you can't be a boy as a female.
yeah, I understand. I'm just
Yeah.
using the language of the left. So when we're
Yeah.
talking about like the idea of the constructive gender or whatever,
Yeah.
you lived your gender as a boy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. From age 11 until age 18, well, actually till age 21 almost, or 21,
Almost
right?
21, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, that's a whole different story. So was that reinforced by your parents, or?
No, not at all. I think it was
That-
my social setting that groomed me into that.
Your parents didn't like it?
No. But, I mean, they couldn't fight me on it because they were guilted by a psychologist and socially.
I see. Okay. So essentially, right now, you're trying to. So I mean, I don't understand. What was when you were in high school? Then, were you trying to have a boy experience, or were you still treated like a girl in high school?
I was treated like a boy because it was a very liberal school. It was an art school. So I
Gotcha.
didn't really hang around the girls. I don't get it.
Yeah. Girl in blue, sorry transitioning that young. I have to ask, do you think you were mature enough to transition? Desiree, reading your book, should read traditional woman, Jen Harrison. Yeah.
Wait, did it say
He asked you.
if I was mature enough?
Yeah, do you think you were mature enough?
No, not at
for-
all. I was a kid. You're still a kid at 18. You're still a kid at 17. No, I was completely neglected medically. I did not have dysphoria. I had body dysmorphia. I was bullied by girls about my body. how I looked. It was
Eating
just
disorder?
medical neglect. Yeah, I had a binge eating disorder.
Yeah.
Next tweet. In my opinion, wait, what? Oh, okay. Can you read this?
The original tweet is, I don't like telling guys I'm trans until after the first date, and I do it by text or safety. Someone told me that's wrong, and I said, IMO, men and women should be able to press charges against shit like this.
I
Yes.
agree with this tweet.
Yes.
I agree
It's
with.
assault.
I agree with this
Absolutely.
tweet. I think it should be disclosed before even the
Straight
first
to jail.
date.
Straight to jail.
Before the first date, I think you gotta,
True.